morning. It's Jessica here at Tree of India. I wanted to share with you some information about essential oils and the different ways that they affect us. So, essential oils are complex compounds that are fairly large molecules made up of alicyclic compounds that are highly volatile, and they easily break down and they easily interact with the compounds that are in our own physical bodies. So when we take an essential oil and inhale it, or when we put it on our skin, those physical compounds will pretty quickly, if not immediately, begin to interact with the compounds or the molecules in our own bodies to produce a specific effect. Now that effect can differ from person to person because each person is an individual, and we're talking about living compounds here. These are not like pharmaceutical drugs, which are formulated to have pretty much a consistent effect on anyone who takes them. If a drug that is manufactured in a lab doesn't have a consistent effect, it's typically not going to be approved by the FDA. Essential oils are not regulated by the FDA, and one of the reasons is that they don't produce the exact same results every time, because just in the same way that each of us out in the world interacting with each other, we don't all get along in the same way, we don't all interact the same way together because we're living dynamic creatures. You can think about the essential oil as another dynamic being, if you will, that's interacting with us. So it's the same way. We have to find the oils that resonate or that work with our own constitution. So another way that essential oils affect us is on the mental plane, or the in the yoga philosophy we call it the level of manas in our being, and that would have to do with how an oil affects our thoughts, how it affects our intellect. Maybe some oils can stimulate intellectual thought, maybe some oils can change the way that we perceive things. It's a complex interaction that happens on the level of brain chemistry. So to move on, and I hate to glaze over these topics because each one of these is a study in and of itself, but this is just a brief introduction. So the third level of the being, of our beings, which can be affected by essential oil, is on the spiritual plane. And oils have been used for thousands of years for helping people to connect on a spiritual level. When we think about frankincense and myrrh used in the Bible, we can talk about sandalwood and how it's been used in India. We can talk about Palo Santo in Central and South America, sage for the Native Americans. I mean, it goes on, the way that these compounds interact with us on the spiritual plane and help us to feel more connected to our chosen source, or our chosen perception of the one source. So just a brief introduction. Like I said, if you have any questions about this type of thing, feel free to reach out. We can have more videos, we can have more conversations, but just so you know, essential oils are complex. There's so much to the science of it, and so much to learn, and so much to experience. So if you have any questions, reach out. It's Jessica at Tree of India, and I hope to talk to you all very soon. Namaste.